All looks good to me. I play game. Select the save slot. How about that one? Click to save. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. Have I ever actually played Dead Space? Yeah. I did not click anything. The game just kind of started. There are 2 modes of play, novel and adventure. You can change in and out of each interchangeably. And then does not give me an option to... Okay. Anyway, I'll adjust volume as we go. It's very hard for me to figure out what to do here. Ooh, look. There's a 9! Oh. It's just slight black bars on the side. That's kind of odd. But, yeah, I've played Dead Space before. But, hey, Reaper. Hey, Sonic. How you guys doing? Whew, that'll wake you up in the morning. So, here's everything I know about this game. It was for DS, and now it's on Steam. And now I have, a loud noise startled Junpei. Junpei. His name is Junpei. It's Junpei. Keyboard, click something. Do I have to click? Can I use my keyboard? Oh, not that button. Not that button. Fuck it, we'll click. Anyway, a loud noise startled Junpei awake and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
The Troy Baker? Oh. Okay, I see. So his action... Ow. Everything is moving really fast. Really, really fast. Okay. Yeah, ow, I get it. With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. You can't kill the metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
Whoa!
Is that fucking... Is that Troy Baker? What? His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! Ah, what the hell?
I like it already.
A bed? That fell pretty far.
Okay, it's not quite Troy Baker, so I don't think it is.
That really hurt.
Okay, whoever that is, sure, there you go. Hey, Treble. And Pro Hunter. And Dunn. What's up? Welcome to Stuff and Chod. Welcome to all the stuff. I don't know what's going on.
My eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it. An earthquake. But it's shaking too fast for that.
I assume you're on a boat.
Anyway.
Oh.
Where?
Oh. Okay. So it's more like a visual novel versus reading a book. Huh. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet.
Am I?
I don't know where you are, Junpei. His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of... And it just kept going. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremor ceased.
Wait, it stopped?
A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed. Okay, hang on. I gotta say something here. I've slept on a bunk bed before, and yes, it was on the top bunk, and yes, I did not kill the person underneath me. I know, surprise. I was like 6, fuck you. I've seen bunk beds before. I've slept in bunk beds before. I have never in my life seen a 3-level bunk bed before. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. Didn't even know those existed. It makes sense that they exist. It's efficient for space, especially on a boat, but still. Just wanted to point that out. Yeah, the mattresses were so thin they were little more than blankets. Oh, there's either that's paint or blood. I hope it's blood. That'd be awesome. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. Slightly. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5.
5? What's this 5 mean?
I don't know. 5 on Burnout? Okay. Oh, and 2 on Mario Kart Wii. Okay, you know what? Let me just do that real quick before I forget. There you go. Yeah. Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door. Slowly. Standing, at last, in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull, the same result.
It won't open.
It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Junpei knocked hard on the door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
So bright. There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door. And stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. Oh, it's a watch. Hey, he's rocking plaid. Nice. On his left wrist was a bracelet of some sort he'd never seen before. It looks like more like a watch to me. In the center was a large LCD display. Yes, that's called a watch.
A watch?
Yes.
It doesn't look like one.
Yes, it does.
5. That's the same as the door.
True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as if to remove a watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
Apparently you don't. The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps...
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Growing more and more desperate, he began to tug at it. I'm so mature. However...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
Frustration. Oh, I was gonna make a Devil May Cry joke, but I forgot the lyrics. Frustration and desperation were just beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I?
I don't know.
And why the hell am I here?
Couldn't tell you.
Why? What the hell happened to me?
Is that a flashbang?
My head.
Pain bloomed, but he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head.
Huh.
It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
This is...
The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I've never played anything like this before, so. Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it, but thick, impenetrable darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
Junpei squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment.
Huh? What the? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here?
I don't know. Pressure? Which would a crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment, Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst and water began to pour into the room.
God damn it!
Junpei yelled and spun around, his feet slipping on the water already coming through the window. He ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something!
There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly toward his knees.
It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Yes, you do. Ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Okay, the fuck? What's back? Oh. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you are now restricted, or you are restricted to an area. Your goal: search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Click on a location you find suspicious to search the room. Use Q or E to move around the room. Ah, okay. Fascinating. Water just keeps pouring through the window. It's like a waterfall. I don't think shoving something into the window is gonna stop the water. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. I have to figure this out. Yeah. What's up with that? About items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Clicking item on the top left will take you to the item screen. What? Note from bulletin board. Okay. Search. The notes got some triangles. 3 triangles. 4 triangles. Close enough. See, we are playing Zelda, it's true. And then that just, okay. Can I, oh, I can, nice. Doesn't seem to do much, but I have a thing! Investigate with an item. The item visible in the lower left is the item currently in hand. That's behind me, it's the note with the triangles. When you close the item screen, the last selected item will be in hand. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Try switching out items in hand and search different places. Click the item icon or V to quickly change between items. Oh, about the picture. Oh, search. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. So there are. So what, I need a screwdriver, or can I kinda... Okay. Guess I need a screwdriver. Anything in the sink? Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden on the sink. This is the only drain in the room. There's a towel next to the sink. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't check like that itself. Bulletin board. There's nothing on it. Oh, well, just PS. Oh, briefcase. No, briefcase. No dice. It's locked tight. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. So the number on the dial is 0101. I guess I need to put the key in the keyhole before you can enter any numbers. Oh, wow. So key unlocks the rotation, and then, oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I don't have a key yet. I'm assuming it's around here somewhere. What about this? Yeah, what's up with this? What? Oh! Okay. I guess I found the key. Key? Yeah, the little blue key. It's my blue key now. Well, that was neat. This key's pretty small, definitely not for a door. What's it for then? This key's blue. Is it supposed to open something else blue? An astute observation, my friend. Yeah, okay. What's up, Painter? How's it going? I don't know what I'm getting myself into. This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. Same. Ooh, screwdriver! No. This solves the mystery whether or not this stove has been used before. Yeah, screwdriver. Yeah, I got a screwdriver. It's an important normal screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Awesome, I know exactly what to do with that. Combining items, okay. Select combine on the item screen to combine two items. If they can be combined, you will receive a new item. If they cannot, nothing will happen. Try out different combinations of items you find in your search. Okay, will fucking do. Very nice. I would like to combine that with the painting. What do you got for me? The screwdriver got those screws off, and here's the picture. Oh, okay. What's on? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, I've figured it out. It's the combination to that briefcase. This is the numbers, and I think it's saying going that way. Okay, so 7. What was it? 7 4. 7 4 6 3. 7 4 6 3. Somebody remind me of that. 7 4 6 3. Yeah. And nothing. Guess I'm gonna need some sort of code. Mini games. During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several mini games. All operations for the mini games are done by clicking the screen. Some mini games will require you to manipulate something, while others require you to apply the right object or click the right thing. Operation instructions. Clicking the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way and click the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. If not, it'll explode and you'll die. Probably. Okay. 7 4 6 3. Yeah! Did it work? Uh-oh. Huh. I don't think it's gonna open if I whack it on the wall a couple times. Might make it feel better. Not gonna help though. Alright, don't freak out. Keep it cool. Look around for some more clues. Okay, cool. Hi, Crystal. I still don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I am digging the theming of this. It's really neat. Okay, maybe there's something. The triangles were both red and blue. Maybe that's significant in some way. So maybe there's still something else. Let's see what else we've got to work with. Checked. There's a pair of simple chairs next to the table. The water's already up to the chair. Yeah, I'm aware. What's that? What is this? Whoa. Oh, it's a mirror. And now there's a red key. What the fuck? A small red key. Yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to use it to open something red. Yeah, I figured that.
I should probably hold on to this key. Huh. Oh, what's up with my face?
Yeah, what is up with your face?
I look like a zombie.
Yeah, oh no.
Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and... I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
Flashback?
Man, work was rough today. Huh? A breeze.
Did you leave your window open?
That's weird. Did I leave that open?
No, there's somebody behind you.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
Uh-huh. Oh, rip. Oh, rip.
Who are...
He's gassing your ass.
I can't...
It wasn't a flashbang, it was a gas grenade. Okay, neat.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
Shit, I got kidnapped by T-Pain.
You are going to participate in the game. The Nonary game.
The what?
It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
No biggie.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask.
Amazed you remember that, Junpei. Proud of you.
That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
You'll do what, Mr. Zombie?
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not. Just who was that? They said, you have been chosen. What the hell is going on? Why me?
You are going to participate in the game. The Nonary game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The Nonary game. Huh. What the hell is a Nonary game? Ugh, God damn it!
I have no idea. I've never seen that word before this game, so I don't know. Okay, we had time to reflect, which means that this puzzle probably isn't timed, despite the fact that water is filling the room. Is there anything cool about the door you didn't notice before? What does that mean? Well, given the name of the game is 9 Persons, 9 Doors, I assume that there's 9 people here and each person was locked in a room with a numbered door. Just guessing. Guess that's a lever. Maybe if I pull it. Well, it looks like pulling the lever just makes a weird noise. Great. Light's still red and the display hasn't changed. I don't see a keyhole. The groove on the side of this thing looks like it's made to have a key card swipe through it. Yeah, it makes sense. If I can find the card, I can unlock it. That stands to be a thing. Oh yeah, I'm zoomed in. Man, what? Pillows maybe? There's a blue briefcase on top of the bed. Yeah, but what about the pillows? I keep looking until the cows come home. I'm gonna find up here is that pillow. Damn it. Is there anything else I can use? The pillow! I guess it's nothing. What about up here? There's a pipe at the other end of the bed. There's nothing up top. Damn it. Wait, there's another bed. What about the pillows over here? Well, I can reach this bunk. Might as well look through it. Huh? Damn, nothing here. What about this one? Ah! I can't bring myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat. Ow! Ow! Okay, now we're talking. Oh, man. Yeah. Arrow goes all the way across the paper. It's red under the red and blue under the blue. So it's... Oh my god. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna need a pen and paper for this. Let me grab a notebook that I surprisingly actually keep handy. The pillows were important. That's just the wrong pillow. Oh wow, this notebook's almost full. Shit. Oh my god, this is like old stream stuff. Like, this is back like before I did this full time. Like, holy shit, this notebook's like 2 years old now. Man, wow. This notebook is so old. There's like no empty pages either. All right, we'll just use this as scrap then. All right. So I assume that the blue. Hang on. Okay, so that's exactly the case. So 0. All right, right blue. 0. No. No. 2. 6. I think 3. Let me double check. Yeah. All right. Let's try that then. Try that. Zero. 2. 6. 3. Oh, yeah! Did it! It opened. There's something in here. A file. Looks like there's something in this briefcase, so some kind of, I assume you mean that then. File screen, okay. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Press, what, right? All right, let's see what's in the file. Digital route. Oh no. Compute a digital route with the following steps. I know how to do digital route. Add all the numbers in question to one another until you get it down to a single digit, and that is its root. Yeah, I know how to do it. Yeah, I know how to do digital route. Thank you. Yeah, I know how to do digital route. Yes, I know how to do digital route. It gives me a calculator, but I have a calculator. Yes, I am aware. Thank you. Therefore, the digital route is. Yeah, I know how to do digital route. So I just keep adding numbers till I get a single digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator, and a stack of key cards. What the fuck? Looks like some key cards. There's a number written on each card. 6, 7, and 8. Does that mean something? Maybe. New material's been added to the file screen. Calculator. Press left over the calculator screen. Also can calculate a digital route, which will be important to the progression of the story. Oh, well, psh. I was gonna sit here and figure math out, but the game's gonna do it for me, so. Psh. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like there's anything else. Okay. Right? So... Oh, it means like this. Oh, yeah, I don't need that. Wow. What's flow? Oh, like a flow chart. Okay. Oh, there's a save button. Oh, neat. Yeah. No, I don't want to turn to the title screen. I just saved because you told me it was there. Don't judge me. Calculators are for noobs. That's true, but I mean, look at me. I'm a noob. I've never played this game before, so by definition, that calculator is made specifically for me, right? God, I do not have enough room on my desk for this notebook. Okay, so I assume it wants me to calculate, I mean, not that it's hard to do. It literally gave me the answer already. It's 3, but none of these key cards... I don't know exactly what it wants me to do there. What if I swipe each card? These cards with numbers on them. Pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Let's slide these cards, see if they work. Interesting. It just doesn't do anything. Do I need some other cards? Okay. That probably involves the red key, which would imply probably a red briefcase or something. What was that? Called it! It's just like the blue briefcase. Lock and it's not opening as well. Alright, well, hang the fuck on. We already have all we need to solve this. 7... 4... 8... So 5? 8, 5. Yeah, these aren't hard so far. It's interesting though, which is cool. I'm glad that it's, you know, interesting. I'd rather it be interesting than just hard for the sake of being hard. Stick that red key in there. Yeah, I know it's not opening. It's not doing anything at all. But yeah, duh, you can move the dial now. Let me do it. 7, 4. Yeah, did it. I unlocked it. It's probably gonna be blue. It's opening. Oh, it's literally just key cards. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. What if I combine them? Nothing. Huh. Okay. Fascinating. Anything else in here? There's some hangers on the pole. Is there anything about them? No, just hangers on the pole. The curtain is already open. Yeah, I can see that. Thank you. Huh. So, yeah, it's exactly right. I have 1, 2, and 3, and they're red, and then I have 6, 7, 8, and those are blue. Given the fact that it told me about digital root, that is probably significant. So, 6, 7, 8 equals 3, of course. And then 1, 2, 3 would just be 6. So, 3 and 6. How's that significant to me? There aren't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course, the files. That file says something about digital root. Digital root. Yeah, I got that. Well, I'm supposed to do it. There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get the digital root of 5? You have to get a digital root of 5. Oh! Oh! You have to slide the cards that give you the... Okay, so you basically have to come up with a number that gives you a digital root of 5. And I assume, given the numbers that are here, there's probably more than one solution to this. Let's see. Easiest way past the 20 to get it would be to end up with a 23, which I could get by. No, we'd want to go back. We'd take it down a step, so we'd want to go 14. 14 would also be acceptable for digital root. So to get to 14, we could do 671 or 167 rather. That would work. Operating instructions. Okay. Click 3 cards to select, and the digital root of the selected cards will be displayed. Clicking reset will deselect all currently selected cards. After you selected 3 cards. Oh, you're just gonna tell me? Shit, I sit there and figured that out for nothing. Psh, thanks. Alright, I think it's gonna work. That's a new noise. Did it just unlock? Well, the light was red, now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Except if it's not pressure, whatever. The only door in and out of this room is next to the weird... Oh, I gotta, like, back out first. Yeah! Did it. Yeah! I found it! Nice.
Whoa! Ow!
And now you just flooded the whole ship. Good job, Stupay.
My head. Wait, is it over? Whew. That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn.
But now you're wet. Oh, that's a lot of
Better
water.
than drowning, I guess.
I'm getting Titanic flashbacks here.
Am I in a hallway?
No, you're in an elevator. A really long elevator.
A door. Another door. Damn this water. Ugh. Let me go. Oh, yes. It opened.
My God, this is the Titanic.
What the hell?
This is where at the end of the movie, and they walk down, and he's there, and she's like, ah! Never mind. Sorry.
This is the inside of a ship?
It's a good movie. You should watch it. It's really long, though, and it's got boobies.
Well... yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally a...
Oh, what?
Wait, what the hell?
Close the door,
No way.
June. Close the door, Junpei.
Oh, shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here. C deck. B deck. Hurry! Hurry! A deck's next.
I mean, that seems to follow. Boobies!
People. lot of people.
Hair that looks really familiar. And boobies. Pirate boobies. Hi.
I guess there's another one of us now.
Yep.
A dancer?
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
Says,
Well, okay then.
never mind.
Silver hair?
Ooh, look at that. He has the same watch on.
One of us, huh?
One of us. One of us.
What?
Nothing.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Lion. Okay.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
Pink hair.
That's 9 of us then.
9 persons.
All of the cards are in hand.
Wait! They're gone. Just what is going on?
Yeah, why'd they leave you?
There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about. Huh?
Hi. This dramatic music, though.
Ah! What was that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
No.
The doors on A deck are no good.
Oh.
You gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Yes, sir.
Hey man, that was dangerous.
Huh?
4?
And
this one says...
but I just came out of a 5. So that would imply that there's more than. Oh man.
They're the same. The room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
Same.
You too, eh? My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspect did the rest of you.
I feel like the music's just a little louder than like the voices. You know?
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady? Open! Damn it! Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way! Ugh!
Nice try, Mountain. Hey, Piano Man. What's up?
Body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it.
I didn't even notice it was back on adventure
Must be
mode.
some other way.
Kind of. It's annoying that it keeps defaulting back. Vank it.
This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier.
What's up with the blue? What?
So that means this door is probably locked too. But still...
Damn it!
Are there any other doors?
He'd barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up. You lost a run in the worst way possible? How's that? I need another drink. Hang on. Okay. Much better. He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up sprang unbidden to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back toward the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. Ooh. Hi. It was a girl. No shit. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty, or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. Oh, I got an email from Twitch. Changes to Twitch Prime. Oh, I can't wait to read that later. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew he'd met her before. Hey, Pizza. We beat Sly Cooper 3. Friday, I think. Friday or Saturday, we beat it. It was a good time. But, on Aunt Quinn... Oh, dude, that sucks so bad, Piano Man. Oh, no. Oh. That sucks so bad. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. Ooh. Huh? Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. The quake caught the girl unprepared and she fell.
Watch out!
Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Or so he thought.
Oh.
Hi. Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
Yeah.
Hi. He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. Awkward bonet. 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 Yes. Boner, not a bonet. For a moment that seemed to stretch for a very long time, they stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually, that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh. Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy? Jumpy? Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Don't make it creepy. Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. It took you 6 years to get through elementary school? Oh, well, I guess it could be different. Around here, elementary school is only from like 2 to 6. If that. That was funny. Universal ad-free viewing will no longer be part of Twitch Prime for new members starting on September 14th. Monthly subscriptions will keep ad-free viewing until October 15th. Members who already have annual subscriptions or who upgrade annual subscriptions will continue ad-free viewing until their next renewal date. So they're basically just making to where it doesn't give you universal ad-free, but you still keep the monthly subscription thing that you can use. So that's fine. What's she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment,
What?
What's that voice?
This is... that guy in the gas mask!
yeah.
Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
Yeah, I agree, Crystal. I think the adventure screen itself is more aesthetically pleasing. I like the way that it looks rather than the stacked text like that. But I'm really irritated that it doesn't have the inner dialogue, because I think that adds more. It's just, this does look cleaner. It does. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I wish I could combine them. Really?
Nonary game.
What the hell's that?
The voice continued. Replaceable.
What is he talking about?
Well, I can tell you, she doesn't have any rules hidden in her clothes because she doesn't have any clothes.
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets, except for the dancer, for she had no pockets, only breasts. You gonna show me what that says? We will call them the... I can't read that part. The doors something... okay, let's just hope you... Actually... Yeah.
Hey, I got one too.
You chill. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the number bracelets that each of you possess. Should you find the numbers on your number bracelets and find that digital root of that number, it is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Hang on. What? Should you total the numbers on your number bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. The purpose of the game is simple: leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Okay, so what this means is that, like, for example, to enter a door with a 5 on it, I would have to take the person with the number 1 watch, the number 6 watch, and the number 7 watch, and only those people can go in, and all the people that go in have to contribute in some way, which means that it's going to force us to split up. That's actually really cool. And we have to find a door that has a 9 on it. Hey, darling. Back to novel.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find...
Yeah, I just read it. I just read it.
The key to open
Dick, I just read it. I read it already. I read it already.
So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
It's a watch. Shut up. He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well and had come to much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Hang on. I gotta do some math real quick. Need my calculator. Okay. The digital root of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 9. So I had to make sure that everybody could get out alive. They probably won't because it's a video game, but still, I just was curious. Mm-hmm. This would explain why it looks like the Titanic. Did it really take that long for it to sink? 9 doors, 9 persons, 9 hours. Roll credits. The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell.
Same?
I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. Embedded? Okay. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came. So either it's 9 o'clock.
So 9 o'clock then?
Either it's 9 o'clock or it's a countdown and it's going to move backwards, one of the two.
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay. Neat. The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
Awkward grunting. Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? Why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here?
Yeah, and the other question is, well, why is there someone that he knows here? I mean, from a gameplay and narrative point, it makes sense, but like, just it implies to stop that he didn't pick people at random. So
And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here?
yeah,
I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence?
oh, no doubt, Tractor.
No. There's no way. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, there is no way. There is
I don't know
definitely a
what
reason.
exactly, but there has to be.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors?
Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
Fair.
What?
Where have we not looked?
I can think of a few places on screen I haven't looked yet that I would love to investigate. The clock!
Everyone searched A deck already, right?
He thought I was talking about boobs. I was talking about the clock. Ha!
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first?
Before they flood.
We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
It's no use. Sorry, I had to.
Then let's go.
I regret nothing.
Whoa! The hell? It's completely submerged.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Damn. If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down.
That does make sense. And then after 9 hours, maybe he opens it.
He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
And you're saying we won't sink till then.
Makes sense.
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A deck and C deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C deck before we jump to any conclusions? We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
There are doors.
No numbers on either door.
Yeah.
And I don't see an authentication device either. Nope. It's locked.
Damn.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force,
Gotta-
I see. Let's give it a try.
It's got a keyhole though.
It won't budge.
So bright. Oh,
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with two of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
A keyhole.
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
a key.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
It's fair. Yeah, I'll call Sora. We'll get right on that. Ignoring the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob.
What's this?
Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot.
There's a mark on it. Does it mean something?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Da-da-da-da. You found a small key. Pink Hair was looking at double doors they hadn't examined yet. Now those look like elevators.
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Jack. Why don't you wait till I actually get a key? Okay. Yeah, push button.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Maybe the power isn't on.
Or maybe it has something to do with that thing right there.
Or we need to do something with this card reader. And there's a strange mark here, too.
Ooh. We're getting closer to finding Prince then, because
What is this?
Prince, come over here. It's got your symbol on it.
It looks like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H.
Yeah, I recognize it. Stared at for a while.
This is the symbol of Saturn. Yeah. It's an astrological symbol.
I know why I recognize it now, and I'm not ashamed to admit it's because of Sailor Moon. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh yeah. Let me update that for you, Jack. 6 on Burnout. There you go, buddy.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol.
Yes, that is correct.
We saw the same symbols on A-Deck.
We did?
I don't remember that.
A-Deck, huh? I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know.
You may as well check again since we're talking about it.
9 planets. I'm noticing a recurring theme here. Lion's words urged them on, and they took the stairs up.
There, the 2 doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
This is fascinating.
This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one
Prime
represents the
meridian.
prime meridian.
I see.
Junpei looked up at the ceiling.
The ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
It's true.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates.
In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
Junpei was not happy. The girl with the pink hair spoke up.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Pluto is so a planet, okay? I don't care. I love Pluto. It's an adorable planet. Shut.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
Open into walls. You open it up, it's just another door. That'd be mean. The prince did not agree.
No. I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
That's true. Because the watches.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors?
All eyes turned toward the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them.
We'd have to be crazy to open these doors.
Do you have any other options?
If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
May as well give it a shot. Can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
And do what? Die? You're
We don't
dumb.
have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
The clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He pissed himself. They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. Oh, yeah, I knew that. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch, because that would show a sign of weakness.
Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are.
Uh-huh.
Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Why did you call me Jumpy?
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
She pointed toward Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Now they're gonna be suspicious of us.
Wait, stop. Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about.
Why?
Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would!
Why?
We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families.
I mean, in Junpei's case, he got kidnapped from the house, so just get on a computer or a cell phone, you probably find your families. It'd be too
Maybe
hard.
he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
It's true.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
Wow, that was original.
7? Why are you 7?
Seemed a fair question, but with a very obvious answer. The mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
All right, I'm gonna be Santa.
Okay.
Maybe you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, San means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
No, you're too skinny.
Then your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
That's funny. Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
Oh, nice.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is
4.
8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake.
And you can call me Liquid.
My bracelet number is 2.
Yeah, it looks like a snake. You're clever.
Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes,
Or
clearly.
that.
Which is particularly relevant given that I am blind.
You're blind?
You can't see?
That's what blind means.
I knew it.
He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next.
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with the pink
I
hair.
want to be Clover.
Clover? Really? So make it Blade. Let him know his, one of his old payday handles is in here, so.
You know, like a 4-leaf clover.
So
Good
you,
luck,
you're
right?
number 3 then. Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. Face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet. Oh god, I'm trying to think of what you're gonna call yourself. I don't know. Well, they already know his name, so
All right,
it's...
my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
Why are you such a bitch? Answer, cut him off in
I mean, we
mid-sentence.
all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh,
They all nodded. Akane stepped forward, nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Wow. Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
what's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought.
All right then, why don't we call you June?
6th month.
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Akane kneaded her hands. Looked up at Junpei uncertain. He smiled back at her
Are you
reassuringly.
good with that?
Yeah.
She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Okay. Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his
So
head.
this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June. 7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That
This.
glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
Hey! Shut up. Nothing wrong with that.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
I don't think that word was what that said, but I clicked too fast. What's your code name?
Code name?
Oh,
What
God.
do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
Except for Junpei, he can make up a name.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
Wow. He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
He's gonna go Super Saiyan. By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. Well, thank you for the 2 bits, Pro Hunter. And hey, I mean, you could be Snake. It's fine. You know, Snake. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Silver, Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when
Stay back!
suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Ah,
He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
if you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Yeah, that's right.
The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The prince, Snake's voice, sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Obviously, they know each other. She wasn't surprised that he was blind. He's concerned for her. Point that out, in case you hadn't noticed that. Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
He's a synth. He's a synth! Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
Do it! He pressed the knife against her neck hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it. She had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display above her hand, an asterisk appeared.
So that's how it works. We call that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then...
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Yep. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5. He needs someone else.
Door 5. Why does this guy know so much about how this thing works?
Yeah.
It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion. Yeah.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin toward the device.
Coming over.
Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door.
It doesn't matter.
But it won't open yet.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
I know.
One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Himself. His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the ninth man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14.
Which 1 plus 4 is 5.
Digital root of 14. In other words...
But doesn't that mean Ace has to go with him?
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared. He dropped his hand to the lever. He pulled the lever. He did it. That was some funky animation. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
I don't need you anymore.
He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here. She's all yours.
But you're supposed to take all the people that did the thing. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye.
He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. And then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover!
Hey, Sword.
Are you all right?
Why? I love story-based games. Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
Bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled.
Open, damn it!
They grunted and strained, but...
Shit! It won't budge.
That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
It's a bomb!
What is it?
Probably a bomb. Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
The smell of onions is filling this room. It's choking me.
I'm begging you!
I can't open the door, you dickhead.
Help me! Please get me out of here! God damn it!
I like how they actually spell goddammit right. Like, it really irritates me when people spell it D-A-M-M-I-T. That irritates the piss out of me. I know that both are technically right, but yeah. He slipped his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Ah.
Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me.
I was kidding about it being a bomb, but okay. The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was a giant door in the way and that they couldn't possibly harm by such an explosion. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
A beep?
All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
Yeah, it's Vankit because he's dead.
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
He broke the rules, so 7, the mountain, swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk.
Well, it registered my bracelet number. But it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? Oh! Ooh, okay. Fascinating. Ooh! Who to take with me? Ooh, okay, so I could take Lion, which I actually like Lion. Lotus, I mean, it's definitely something to look at. Snake and 7. I like Snake. 7's kind of dumb. Santa's a little irritating, but I like June. I like one of each and on the others. I don't know. I'm gonna pick Santa and June for a dumb reason. Simply because I want to know more about the backstory with Junpei and June. So I'm gonna go with that.
Santa and June, you think you could give me a hand here?
The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. He verified, and she followed suit.
5 plus 3 plus 6 is 14.
Which is 5.
Digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5.
I know how to do math,
This
thank you.
should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. Junpei nodded, set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Oh, there's blood on the... Ooh, there was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
See, guys, this is why I keep telling you, be careful if you go to White Castle. Too many cheeseburgers with that many onions. It's bad. Just don't do it. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of number 9. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she fainted. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake.
All right, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair. No, it's a joke from, I'd actually had White Castle before a stream once. It was like the first time I'd ever had White Castle, and then like right after the stream, I had to shit so bad, and it didn't stop. Like, I shit you not, it was 3 hours. It was like the worst experience of my life. It was just air at one. It's awful. So White Castle destroys my insides. That's as gently as he could. He set her down in it.
How are you feeling?
In the chair, that is.
Are you all right?
She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
Oh, you'll be fine. Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
What are we fighting for? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Hey, Ziangu, what's up? Wow, we've already been playing this for an hour and a half. Wow. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. An hour had passed already. 8 hours to go. And then on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. Because that's how a clock works.
10 o'clock, then.
Ace said what each one of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this?
That's my word!
We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up! Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood and pieces of flesh.
The dark reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
There's no way for a person to die.
The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected that the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest, like the legs of some sort of crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Yeah, he broke the rules. That's what he gets. Eyebrows went up and Santa continued.
Probably set off some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The 9th man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Been saying that this whole time.
Huh? You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right?
And I know this might be hard for you, Santa, but I'm going to lay it out for you. 1 is not between 3 and 5. Yeah.
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Everybody who touches the thing has to go through the door. God. Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said that everyone who verified had to go through.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Yes! Can I trade that in for a cheeseburger? Quite hungry. Snake inclined his head toward Junpei.
The 9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice?
That's true, the beeping and the bomb, but the ribs outward would imply that the explosion was from within the dude and not the watch itself. That's interesting.
There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity for his sheer stupidity inside.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
I like this guy. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
What does it say?
Did you just ask the blind man to tell you what a card says? Unless it has Braille on it, you just asked a very dumb question.
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that.
But his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. Is it Braille?
Huh? The hell is this?
Is it Braille? Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands. Is it Braille?
I see.
Is it Braille? The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood. It's Braille!
This is Braille.
That's so clever! Nice! The written language of the blind. The card was covered with small little bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry, guys. I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
Who the fuck else would have put it there?
A message?
What does it say?
Metal Gear! Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. Really? Presently? Really? Okay. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find your bed. The dead is the deactivation device.
Appropriate.
It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people who you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt, by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode.
81 seconds. Not 80 seconds, 81. Because the digital root of 81 is 9. All about nines, man.
Every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side. And the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed.
Okay.
So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this.
Huh.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelet.
Yes.
There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the paraxatic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet.
Fascinating. Which also means it definitely has a pulse monitor inside of it. That might be significant.
If you attempt to force it off, or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate.
You let 9 go to his death.
I wish you the best of luck.
Wow. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying...
Follow the fucking rules.
Only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors.
Yeah.
Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in.
Makes sense.
The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
It just said it would not be wise to try. And if it's in your lower intestine, you're not, or your small intestine, rather. In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
Bomb inside me.
The thought of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow and his legs were weak.
What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
I think we all saw it. Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though.
That mask, it was really scary.
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only 7 stories seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
No, it wasn't. That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but it didn't press the issue. Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of that was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover, yeah.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Ah.
Siblings?
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister.
Wow. Logic.
That really so hard to understand?
Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another.
Exactly.
Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh,
Yep.
You mean between Jumpy and me?
Yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
I'm a slap a bitch.
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Well, you can probably hear them. The fact that he's blind probably would indicate that he has slightly better hearing than everyone else, too. Or something. I know that your senses will make up for a deficit by increasing their own strength. That's... If you can't hear, you see a little bit better. Whatever.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei. June. Does any of this ring a bell?
Ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
Ring a bell! They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time.
Perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
What?
Son?
Metal Gear?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this.
That's a fair point,
Whoever's
actually.
doing this, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
I mean, he's blowing people up. He's probably got issues either way. Later today.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
No, we should go through the doors.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Exactly. Santa threw up his hands, his voice filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything. It can't help us find our way out of here. Really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
Everyone there was already on the edge of panic. What Santa told them only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
June looked toward the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Right.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked
I'm
terrified.
telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
Another think coming? Okay. That was the last
What the
straw.
hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going?
Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though.
Right.
Anyone else willing to come with me?
There's another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly.
You're so happy.
The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital...
Fucking really? Make me do math. Fucking, alright, fine. 8 and 3 is 11, plus 6 is 17, plus 5 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. It'd be 4.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. The digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
It all works out.
We can go into door 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
Worked out too well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace, they would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4.
Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the 9th man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
Yeah, because I had already done the math. I was like, damn it, you took that away from me. And now I wasn't prepared to do the math. It's like, hey, do the math. I'm like, ah! Make up your mind. Junpei was torn.
Should I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
He began to walk toward door 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Ooh. Okay, I'm very split here because half of me really wants to examine the body. Like, really wants to examine the body to see if maybe there's something up about it, maybe there's some clues there, some information that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise. On the other hand, I like my group. If it were me in this situation, I would go with 4 because I wouldn't want to get blood on me because that's nasties. So I'm gonna go with 4. Yeah, door 4 is fine.
Door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side.
Love subplot. Yeah, June.
This should be fine. It's no problem this way. I should see the other 4 off.
He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood. Yeah.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, and 7. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door number 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands one by one on the scanner panel of the red.
Now then.
Ace grabbed the lever. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions.
Be careful.
As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open, the mouth of a great hungry beast. Yeah, it's gross.
Horrible.
Yeah. Beyond the door, Junpei knew, lay the sad remains of the 9th man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and 7 hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing. Snake don't give a fuck because he can't see.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Snake had no such problems, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splick in the pool of blood.
Snake, your shoes.
It's fine. Hurry! Or are you planning on dying with everyone else?
Ooh.
I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Which is clearly past at this point.
Sorry, Snake.
Let's go.
The 3 remaining steeled themselves and stepped through the door. Door 5 swung shut, closing with the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? At least say something, will you?
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
Jun's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Almost as though in response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was 7.
Oh, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
No more beeping.
Beeping stopped.
Yeah. The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door.
Looks like it stopped.
Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief of their own.
Hey, guys! Are you doing all right over there?
They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Yes, we're fine.
Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was as bubbly as ever.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay?
I'm ready.
The dead is just like the red, but the color's different.
No shit.
You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too.
Awesome! Thanks. That helps a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we should probably move on now.
Okay, bye.
You be careful out there.
We will.
Roger that.
Bye. Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed toward door 4.
Now it's our turn. I'll go first.
They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever, turned around.
Okay. We ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. And boom, pull the lever.
Let's go.
With strength and determination, he pulled the lever. Water just gushes in.
Run!
Run? You have 9 seconds, dude. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist. Oh, it's a skull. Nice. In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared and began to flash.
Down.
The detonator's countdown had begun. In the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrists, the numbered door behind them closed, and the sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway.
We can't go back!
Well, no shit!
We need to hurry and find the device.
Hey! Where the hell is the dead?
How would I know?
Don't give me that crap! Start looking!
I already am!
Oh my god, you people like to bicker about everything. Holy shit. They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. If they had taken time to think, they would likely have discerned that the doors led to cabins.
Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms.
Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are?
Junpei was too frightened to count properly, but at his best guess, there were 7 or 8 of them.
Ah, fuck! We don't have time to count.
Junpei ran to the nearest door.
We just need to open them all.
In before locked. He grabbed the knob and shook it hard.
It won't open.
It didn't feel locked, more like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Junpei turned around to find another door and saw that his companions had already run to the doors of their own. They did not seem to be having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears.
Shit, this one's no
Good.
Same here.
It's not moving!
Jun was the last to speak up. As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before. A small red blinking light.
There it is! At the end of the hallway.
Yeah, run! Run, bitch! Even as he yelled, he ran. He grabbed Santa, Lotus, and Jun and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran.
Hey, how many more seconds do we have?
Not enough.
How would I know?
Our time limit is 81 seconds!
I know that, goddammit!
asking you how many seconds we have left.
Is that really relevant? In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door had closed behind them. If that was true, urgency foremost in all their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them.
Hurry! It's the dead! Get over here!
Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner
Come on,
panel.
everyone!
The other three quickly followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward. Yay, nobody died!
Looks like it stopped. Huh.
His hands beginning to steady, Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his forehead. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around.
There's another door at the end of the hallway.
He could see a heavy-looking set of double doors. Set into the walls of the hallway on either side of the larger door were two smaller ones.
Let's try this one first. And of course it won't open.
How many times had he come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps, he corrected himself, more a lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding, and refused to allow Junpei or anyone else passage.
A keyhole.
Ooh. Above the keyhole was a small symbol engraved in the brass.
What's this mark? Mail?
I wasn't quite sure what to make of it, and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him.
No, not exactly. That's probably the symbol of Mars. Well, technically, they are the same symbol, but I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway.
Mm-hmm.
The symbols of the solar system.
Oh, that's right. The Sun, Saturn, and Earth.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
So this isn't the man symbol. It's a symbol for Mars?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
I see. Wait, where's Santa?
While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. They turned to find him some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check the other doors. Eventually, he reached the last of them and jogged back. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again.
Yeah, so, I looked the place over. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open.
Then that must mean...
We only have 2 more doors.
Lotus examined the doors on either side of the larger double door. Each one had a metal plate attached to it.
Maybe it's the room number.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
The door on the left has a B92, and the one on the right says B93. All right, let's open them. I'll open B92.
Okay, I'll get B93 then.
Junpei put his hand on the doorknob, and Santa moved to the other door. They'd made it through the numbered door alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded.
2, 3!
In unison, they pushed against their respective doors. And promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. They turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa.
Hey, it opened.
Yeah, it did.
Gasp. Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
I didn't expect that.
It was so easy.
Lotus's calm voice broke into their thoughts.
Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet.
As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued.
Well, now we have these 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us get out of here.
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. You 2 take the other one.
All right.
Okay.
It's time for puzzles! After an hour and 35 minutes of dialogue. Not that that's bad, it's actually really good dialogue. I'm definitely digging it. Just Thought I'd point that out. That said,